Let's go.
We can talk about it, but all talking is cheap. Cause the last word is me. The last word is me. We can talk about it, but you ain't beating me. Cause the last word is me. The last word is me.
Yeah, I know.
The last word is me. The last word is me. The last word is me.
Say what?
The last word is me. The last word is me. The last word is me.
Can you believe that, man?
The last word.
Yeah, that's right. You got it. Last word. This is the last word. Welcome to the first episode of 2023. I'm your host, Owen L. Baxter, and this show is going to be about sports entertainment, all about it, different dynamics, different viewpoints. And if you're like me and you love to talk about sports, then I guarantee you, you're going to have a lot of fun getting informed. You're definitely going to be entertained. So right now, before we get started, why don't you subscribe to the channel and like it as well? And let's get started. Now, we're going to welcome back our host. This is the first time seeing him for the new year.
Happy New Year.
KR, how you doing, man?
Good,
Long
man.
time
Good.
doesn't
Can't
seen
complain.
you. Yeah, crazy. How about yourself?
Just got back from Jamaica, so you can see
Always
the tan.
doing it big, as you can see, tanned up and everything.
Yeah, definitely ready to talk some sports, man. And again, this is our first time speaking for the year, so I'm sure I'm gonna have to correct you on some of your bizarre ideas and thoughts, but hey, that's what I'm here for.
So much things to say right now. They got so much things to say. All right, let's get into it. So right now we want to start the show off on a sort of a sad note. Damar Hamlin of the Buffalo Bills had a cardiac arrest. First quarter of last night's ball game. I guess there was 5 minutes, a little more than 5 minutes to go in the game, and right after a tackle of the first quarter, he got back up, and he just suddenly dropped down, cardiac arrest, and my prayers definitely go out to him and the family, and to the sport.
Oh yeah, it was definitely a tough moment last night, and again for I just automatically go to thinking about like his family, and again his mom was in the stands. To imagine seeing your son fall like that, and so many questions in terms of where his health stands at this moment, right? Again, he's currently in critical condition, but yeah, it's funny when after I wasn't watching the game live when it actually happened, but through like text messages, the group text, it started to go off, and so I flipped back, and to see that was very, very is disturbing. But again, our prayers definitely go out to him and his family, and hopefully he's able to bounce back to some semblance of health.
Yeah, okay, and the NFL can learn from this experience, and I don't know, it just was really hard to see last night, and I'm still in awe about the whole thing.
I think the NFL, again, just the way they approach things, they have learned over the years. Immediately, my thoughts went to being a younger kid, and the first real incident I ever recall was the New York Jets linebacker. I believe his name was Dennis Byrd.
Yeah, Dennis Byrd, yes.
Yes, who was paralyzed. Then instantly, and remember, just to see how they've handled these approaches, what was that, maybe the end of late 90s, early 90s, late 80s, maybe 89 or 90, one of those years. And that game continued.
Yeah,
that game continued. So the NFL has definitely gone about taking players' health and safety in a fashion that actually represents them caring about the players' health and safety.
Now, one thing I wanted to ask you, because it was a big question, should they have continued, or did they make the right call?
There's no way they could have continued that game. The NFL has taken some hits over the years in terms of how people view their care for the players. So at this point, I'm glad that they at least showed that as much as the NFL is about the next man up, there has to be a line. Absolutely. There has to be a line drawn.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad they stepped up, and their actions spoke loud last night.
Well, the NFL has definitely learned, and I'm happy that they did stop the game. I'm not sure when they will continue the game, if they're going to have a chance to replay the game.
It's going to be tough because again, the game was a very important game.
It was an important game.
There's no way around that, right? And your boy is taking some heat over how he approached it through tweets. Skip Bayless. He's not wrong in mentioning that it was a big game.
He's not wrong in saying that.
But at some point, you have to have a human element when you're discussing people
and I think
life.
And I think Skip did a good job in clarifying that a day after.
So he's the Teflon Don in terms of deflecting and keeping it moving. But
yeah, so my prayers go out to the family. 139 to 103.
Yeah.
The San Antonio Spurs got it handed to them. Kyrie Irving is playing at an all-time level. Who knows what Kevin Durant is playing like? Is it the best man on the planet again now? Are we giving him that title? It's unrealistic. 12 straight victories. The Brooklyn Nets, the team that everyone wrote off. The Brooklyn Nets, the most controversy over the offseason. The Brooklyn Nets. Ben Simmons, the biggest question mark around that. The Brooklyn Nets are now 12 straight victories, and Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant are playing like what? The 1 and 2 players in the league right now. It's crazy. What's your take on this?
Calm down there, Charlie. Calm down. Hold on. I don't think anyone rode off the Brooklyn Nets. Let's not go that far.
Let's go that far.
No, we can't. Bring it back.
Let's bring it back.
Vegas still had them as one of the top, 4 teams in terms of odds to win the title?
It's a money
off. Don't say right off. When you can put on the court Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons. Shout out to Nick Claxton for his standout season.
Nicky Clax has been playing big ball.
Lighting the chops, but still out there protecting the rim and doing more than I believe anyone thought he could potentially do. And then really around Durant and Kyrie, you need role players.
Right.
You have 2 of the best scorers in the league. Defense questionable. But around that core, you just need individuals who can space the floor a little, play a little defense, and you'll definitely be in the mix of this modern NBA.
Do you think that they can keep up this type of basketball?
Yeah, why not?
For the rest of the season?
Okay, we got to factor in the Kyrie's going to go astray at some point. Kyrie's going to maybe the games he's missed so far this year are the games that he's going to miss for the year because he has a history of missing games, whether it's for personal reasons, just dialing out, whatever it may be. So hopefully for Brooklyn's sake, he's dialed in for the rest of the year, and if he's dialed in for the rest of the year, this team's going to be in the mix for that number 1 seed in the East.
Right now, the NBA doesn't seem to be playing on any defense. It seems to be an offense-driven league.
That's how it's been for the last...
Granted, it's been that way for the last how long?
Decade or so.
Can you see Ben Simmons stepping up his offense to give the team that extra push that they'll need during the playoffs?
When you say step up his offense, what do you mean here?
Well, right now I was just looking at his offensive numbers. He's averaging 7.9 points.
Okay.
And he's averaging 6. Was it rebounds or assists?
If you're expecting Ben, let's just get it straight.
But you're expecting
Ben Simmons to score more than 10 to 12 points a game,
I'm not.
You're barking up the wrong tree because this dude, he's gonna be around 10 points a game.
I'm not expecting it.
To me, it's the back end. Is he able to create? Is he able to push the break and create a lot of easier baskets? Is he able to defend that number 1 option or number 2 guy on the team? And when you're coming up against the Celtics, that's when he's going to matter because he's going to have to go out there and check Tatum or Brown.
Do you think
no question
that the 12-game win streak looks nice?
It is nice. But however, they're still behind the Boston Celtics, who to me right now, they've hit a little patch, but with Tatum and Brown, the sky's the limit. You have 2 guys that at any point can create their own shot.
Yeah.
A high percentage shots.
Yeah.
Can get to the basket. Can spread the court. That team is going to be a problem.
They're going to be a problem.
I think we're way past even thinking about or remembering Udoka.
We might be, but
I think the NBA is just showing again that coaching matters a little, but not that much.
Oh.
Give me some talent and a leader of men as a coach. Because the and again, this has been proven, I think, year after year and over the years, right? We again, it matters, right? But in terms of like comparing to like football, how important a coach is on a football team, those are different stratospheres.
Yeah.
You need talent in the NBA. If you don't have top end talent, I don't care who your coach is. Your coach is going to be fired in a few years if you don't have top end talent, because that coach cannot generate wins, or especially in the playoffs. Yeah, you can make adjustments, but those adjustments have to be with high-end talent.
This NBA, everyone is talented. So you have a lot of talent out there. What's going to separate the one from the other, right?
Yeah.
It's not more talent. I think that's where coaching comes in. So you have to remember, okay, let's look at it like this.
I think it's
KD
player
and
IQ
Kyrie,
that
they came in with some
separates two
attitudes like, I don't need a coach. They had Steve Nash. Steve Nash brought them to the level where they said, I need to get out of this place. They brought in Jack Vaughn, and Jack Vaughn said, just slow your roll. Let me show you guys what needs to be done, and let me show you.
Could I not make the argument that it again, Steve Nash had to deal with a lot of, whether it was KD not playing for a year and a half, Kyrie missing time. Where was the opportunity ever for this team to gel and form? This is the longest stretch of games played together they had since they've been in Brooklyn.
You could argue that. You could also argue that
I think that's
Steve
a
Nash
bigger
allowed some things to happen in the locker room.
I'm sure that's a part of the mixture too,
You know?
right? Okay, so I want to throw something at you here.
Sure.
What team do you think right now in the league, right? Again, we're nearing the midpoints of the season. Most teams are in that 35 game kind of played range.
Okay.
What team at this point needs to make a trade, whether it is to catapult themselves up, or again, this year especially with Victor available at number 1, tank and make it be known that, hey, we're going in for Victor.
So I'm gonna say right now, the team that needs to be making a trade is the Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee Bucks can't rely on Chris Middleton, even though he's a certified number 2, just not reliable this year. The depths, I don't know. They can't get Middleton and Holiday to run that backcourt steady. So I think Milwaukee Bucks is that team. And one other team that's a sleeper pick, I know that they've been losing some close games. I'm going to say it, the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets, they have back-to-back MVP Jokic. You know, the Joker is probably poised to win another MVP this year. Jamal Murray's getting healthy. One of the things that they can't count on is Michael Porter Jr. And that, if he was healthy, the record would indicate that. But for some reason, he can't stay on the court.
No, but this is his basketball story, right? From the minute he entered college, he's had back issues. He's just not been able to stay on the court for any period of time, right?
Right.
We all see the level of talent that's there, but again, if you're not available,
you're not available. Availability. And I think they're that one player away from making that push because they got a pretty decent squad.
But okay, so what direction do you go in if you're Denver? Because again, their 5-man lineup looks pretty solid in terms of having Joker, Porter, Murray, Caldwell Pope, and Gordon. Right? It looks pretty decent. And in terms of putting out 5, that's one of the best 5.
It's one of the best 5s in the league,
right?
In Western Conference. Okay.
But again, I'm gonna take one of the Owenisms here.
All right,
with Joker. All right.
Let it out.
All right, we're on YouTube, right? So I'm gonna try to be as PG as possible here.
Let's hear it.
All right. Joker, unfortunately, right, is not able to defend. You watch his games and the ease at which people are able to get to the net and finish. Again, he is uber talented offensively. His ability to pass, be able to create, score at high percentages, high level. This guy is amazing on that court, offensive end. But man, oh man, that defense leave something.
100%. But
how do you win in the playoffs if your anchor at defense
if you're looking
is
at,
Joker.
if you're looking at the league right now, everyone in the league is cracking 50 points. 50